Hey, so I just got this box of Omaha Steaks products and I wanted to open it with you here so you could see how it comes, and then I'm going to come back and tell you about everything and how it tasted and how we prepared it. But we've got it here. It's packed. This feels like ice right here. Yeah, this is like dry ice or cushioning or something like that. And so we've got lots of great stuff there in the box. So starting with this, we have, let's see, doesn't say what it is on the box. Oh yeah, Gourmet Jumbo Franks. So there's that box. And we have here the, caramel apple tartlets. That sounds yummy. And then here we have the ground beef burgers. This is still frozen. There's still ice on the back of this. I'll show you the backs too if you want to see the nutrition facts. The burgers on the tartlets and on the franks. And then we have a little thing of seasoning in here. Omaha steak seasoning. 0 calories. And then we have here the, let's see, potatoes au gratin, which is going to be delish, I'm sure. And then here is what you've been waiting for, which is the beef tenderloin steaks. There you go. So that is everything that came in there. It came, you can see there's a lot of padding down in here. And it came in this lined cooler with some dry ice in the bottom. So well packaged, but I wanted to just show you everything before I cook it and then tell you about it. All right, so I wanted to show you the steaks. We are about to cook them. So that's my hand, they're about the size of my palm each. There were 4 of them in the package, and we just seasoned these 2 with the seasoning it came with. We're about to season these 2. You can see they're wrapped with the bacon. And then these are the potatoes au gratin that we're going to bake with it. And so I wanted to give you the before shot, and we will show you when they come out of the oven and off of the grill. All right, so we are here with one of the completed and grilled fillets and one of the potatoes au gratin, which looks different than I expected. It's like a little potato ball, but it's very fancy looking. So I was going to cut into one of these completed for each of you, so you can see that looks more like, potatoes au gratin inside. Cutting these up for my kids. So that is what that looks like on the inside. It's got a nice crisp on the outside, and I'm going to tell you about all the taste later at the very end of this video. But nice and tender on the inside and got a little crispy outside. And then for the fillet here, bacon wrap fillet, this is the most done of the pile, so we're going to give it to the kids. But cooked nicely in the middle there, and it cut pretty easily. It's pretty, as you can see, it's fairly tender. So overall, pretty happy with it so far. We're going to see how they taste. And before that, I'm going to show you all the other things that came in the box before and after like I just did. So feel free to skip ahead if you want the taste assessment at the very end of this video. All right, and here's one of the apple tartlets just out of the oven. It looks delicious. Like I said, I'm going to come back at the very end for a flavor review of all this stuff. So it was supposed to rest for 5 minutes. I think it's been 4, so. But looks delightful. All right, so we are cooking the burgers right now and about to throw the hot dogs on too. And so we will, like I said, come back at the very end and let you know how they taste, but these are the burgers and dogs in process. All right, so as promised, I'm here to tell you about everything that we ate out of that box and tell you how it was. So last night we had the steaks and the au gratin potatoes and the tartlets. They were all delicious. The steak was very tender and the bacon was delicious. I don't know if they smoke it or what, but it was really yummy and gave a nice flavor to the steaks. We did season it with the seasoning that came with it. It was perfect. And it was tender enough that we could actually feed it to our 1-year-old who, I had to cut it in small pieces, obviously, but steak is usually kind of an iffy thing for kids who are just learning to feed themselves. And she navigated it just fine. So it was tender enough for that, if it matters for your house. But all that to say, it was very tender and it was delicious. The au gratin potatoes, I was a little bit unsure about because I've never seen them like that. If you've ever seen au gratin potatoes, they're usually cooked in a casserole dish and they're flat and you kind of scoop them out. I've never seen them in a ball like that. That was weird, but it was delicious. It had a nice light crispy outside. The inside was very creamy and had all the components of au gratin potatoes. My one complaint is I felt like it could use more salt. But we just added more salt and it was delicious. Just sprinkled some on top. And we had the tartlets for dessert. And they were probably my favorite thing in the whole box just because I have such a sweet tooth. But anyway, it was delicious and highly recommend at least the tartlets if you're gonna get anything from Omaha Steaks. But the meat was delicious. So tonight we had the burgers and dogs, and they were great. The hot dogs you could taste were all beef. You can taste the difference there always, and they were really flavorful. They were very thick and so very filling. They're thicker than your average hot dog. That's I guess what they call them jumbo, and they were great. So no complaints there. And the burgers were really yummy too. We seasoned those as well with the Omaha seasoning that came with it, and my husband did, I would say, just like a regular dose of seasoning like you would do on burgers when you're grilling them. I would say be more liberal with that on the burgers because maybe I think and my husband says I like things more seasoned than other people, but I don't think so. I think you just if you're going to use that seasoning, it's delicious, but be liberal with it is my tip there. And we put cheese on top and it was good. And so all of it was really flavorful. It was delicious. So my favorite meat of all the meats in there was the steak, which shouldn't be a surprise because who wouldn't pick steak over hot dog and hamburger? So anyway, all of it was great. The tartlets were the highlight for me, and I was excited to try it. So I did reach out to Omaha Steaks for a free sample in exchange for an honest review. And so to keep it honest, because I am an Amazon associate, I do earn from qualifying purchases. I like to just show you the product and show you as much as I can about the experience, and hopefully that will help you decide if it's for you.